Siti Malaya, kebanggaan kita semua, bertambah para ilmuwan di berbagai lapangan. Kami bertekad di hati mencapai cita murni, tradisi kecemerlangan menepati wawasan. Di sini kami sedia berbakti, terus berinovasi. Kami harapkan generasi muda teras nusa dan bangsa. Varsity kesayanganku, sungguh banyak jasamu membentuk insan mulia, berilmu berbudaya. Di sini kami sedia berbakti, terus berinovasi. Kami harapkan generasi muda teras nusa dan bangsa. Varsity kesayanganku, sungguh banyak jasamu membentuk insan mulia, berilmu berbudaya.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like kindly invite Professor April Kamila Ruslani, our Head of Surgery Department, to the stage to deliver her opening speech. Thank you, Professor April, for the lovely speech. Next, I would like to call upon Associate Professor Shirin Nah and Associate Professor Simi Hong to present the history of the department entitled A Walk Through Time. Thank you both. That was indeed a very sentimental presentation about strings of prominent figures that have shaped numerous surgeons over the last 50 years in the Department of Surgery, University of Malaya. We are very grateful for their contributions to the department. A simple thank you will never be enough. Each and every one of them is unique in their own way. Budding surgeons would want to echo their achievements, just like the saying goes, a great person is one who influences the mind of their generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Surgery website development team, which is spearheaded by Associate Professor Vairavan Narayanan, has been working day and night tirelessly over the last few months and even more for the past few weeks to compile interesting and informative content. Interviews, photo sessions, lists of achievements, distinct milestones, you name it, the website has it all. Allow me to call upon the man himself, Associate Professor Vairavan Narayanan, to give us a speak. Betul lah bos, penat tau mal.
Allow me to call Professor Huzairie Hasnan. Don't over.
Yeah, what is this you? No, I would ask Prof April. She said okay, I'll go that. Bos, kalau bos tak ada, kita tak ada kat sini bos.
Doktor,
Yes, sir.
view cantik sikit naik atas kot.
Ha? Atas kat sini.
Guna stage.
Guna stage Tapi saya boleh pakai mic ni tak?
Boleh tak sini? Atas sini. Kita naik sini saja. So she doesn't have to be on the
Naik sini boleh tak? Tak kacau podium.
Naik mana?
Naik side sini.
Boleh duduk tepi.
Saya duduk tepi.
Tak payah. Betul lah. Biar.
macam ni. Boleh. Is that okay? Do you want to make yourself comfortable? A bit more?
Dekat sini okey ke? Ataupun tak okey juga?
Sana ke dalam lagi? Nak dalam lagi ke?
Nak sengit lagi ke? Ke depan
okey je.
betul ke?
Okey.
Angle okey untuk kamera.
Sekejap kita adjust.
Tak apa. Kursi banyak, bos. Saya boleh pilih saya nak duduk mana pun. Sebab diorang tak nak crowd sebelah sana kalau boleh. For Professor Yu.
Honorable. No, it should be Professor Emeritus Dato Doctor. Honorable Professor Emeritus Dato Doctor. So, I know. Professor Emeritus is one word. It's a Professor of Merit. Mana boleh Professor Dato Doctor Merit? Yes. Dato always comes after. Professor, your academic post is always first. Yes, but no lah. It looks quite good.
Sorry, don't change your name. Just take your name.
Why? I sit here. Isn't it better facing with
Yes, I know, but
one and one here? Oh.
Boleh? You wanna go?
Here,
Okay.
here.
Tadi kita nak rolling lagi sekali ke bos dah ada? Ke nak tunggu Prof. Prof April nak datang dulu ke tak?
Prof April, dia datang.
Ah.
Tapi dia kata dia datang lambat sikit. You wanna wait for her?
Anything is fine with me.
Okay, wait for her.
Okay.
Wait for a while. Yes. Yeah. Okay, very good. We wait for her. Dia dah datang.
Kalau bos rasa ada kena edit, bos bagi tahulah.
So it should be Professor Emeritus Dato Doctor. So we must always mention the 4 people in the table. Everything separately from esteemed professors. Because first should always be Professor Dato Dr. Adi Kamar Zaman. Second should always be Professor Emeritus Dato Dr. Hee Cheng Ha. Third should be Professor Huzairie Hasnan. Fourth should be Professor April Kamila Roslani.
Yes.
Esteemed professors and colleagues,
Oh,
both in person and online. Right, betul?
okay, jap tu tak ada. Extreme professor and colleague, both.
In person and online. Boleh. I thought you did say something like that.
Not on my script.
Yeah. Prof. April is here.
Okay.
So we can.
Bro, I just want to run through. So kalau nak edit boleh edit lagi lah, because this is not finalized. Okay. Supposed to stand here.
Gauri, I want you to time the speeches so we know how long it's going to take.
Okay, so you want time the whole thing from the beginning?
So, Machita, how long she's going to take?
Okay, wait, I need to get my phone.
Take a documentation so we know how long it's going to take. Did you see the seating arrangement? Yeah, so the 5 main people are here. Everything else is behind the camera. He actually called me up just now. He was really excited. He said, sorry, he didn't get back to me. He missed the message. But he just wants to do an interview with us. And he would very much like to participate. We will still talk to him and we'll still record something.
Prof,
They do like this idea of
can I just... No, just for a while, Gauri.
yeah.
Let's wait for the boss. Boss, when they are talking, can I just stay on stage or I'm needed to go down?
I think you better go down because it's going to take 10 minutes each. You cannot stand there, okay? So best for you to sit down here. Yang depan sekali.
Duduk situ lah.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
I think it'll be better than you standing there.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to everyone. I am Dr. Mashitah Ma'ruf, your Master of Ceremony for today. Kindly please be informed that this function will be broadcast live online as well as be recorded. Some general housekeeping rules before we start the program for today. In relation to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we are all required to adhere to the Standard Operating Procedures (SOP). Kindly please wear your face mask at all times and maintain the social distancing from each other of not less than 1 meter apart. I would also like to remind everyone to switch off your mobile phones or please set to silent mode to avoid interference during the launch. On behalf of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you distinguished guests and fellow academics to the website launch ceremony, Department of Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. Special thank you to the guests of honor who have taken some time off their busy schedule to be with us today. The Honorable Professor Datuk Dr. Adiba Kamarul Zaman, Dean, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. The Honorable Professor Emeritus Datuk Dr. Yip Cheng Ha, Professor Dr. Huzairie Hasnan, Deputy Director Clinical, University Malaya Medical Centre, and Professor Dr. April Kamila Roslani, Head, Department of Surgery, Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya, esteemed professors and colleagues both in person and online. Ladies and gentlemen, to start off our agenda for today, I would appreciate if everyone could stand for the national anthem, the Garaku, and the University Malaya song. Kindly, please rise.
Universiti Malaya, kebanggaan kita semua. Bertambah para ilmuwan di berbagai lapangan. Kami bertekad di hati mencapai cita murni. Tradisi kecemerlangan menepati wawasan.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to kindly invite Professor April Kamira Loslani, our Head of Surgery Department, to the stage to deliver her opening speech.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, 25 years ago, I stepped into the University Hospital Kuala Lumpur, as it was known then, as a house officer newly returned from foreign shores. Structurally and administratively, it was a very different place. The Dean of the Faculty was Professor Datuk Dr. Anwar Zaini Muhammad Zain, while the Director of the hospital was Brigadier General Datuk Dr. Samsudin Hussein, who I reported to on my first day of work. Administrative officers were on the ground floor of the main tower, and UMSC did not exist. House officers were expected to stay in, and our quarters were on the 14th floor, where the present-day administrative offices are situated. Not long after I started my surgical rotation, the head of department at the time was Professor Al-Jafri Abdul Majid, who ran a tight ship. The department was extremely compact in comparison to present day. Some specialties and subspecialties had yet to be developed, and it was all hands on deck, all day, every day, from the most junior to the most senior. Patient care was carefully audited, and surgeons were held accountable for their outcomes. Despite these challenges, what impressed me no end was the surgical team spirit. The camaraderie was palpable, and it felt like home. This was, in no small way, part of the reason why I chose surgery as a career. Fast forward to 2020, and much has changed. The department's human resource has grown manifold, comprising a diverse mix of training backgrounds built around a core of homegrown staff. This has gone a long way to alleviating the professional schizophrenia that sometimes results from having to serve 3 masters. Philosophically, we have remained consistent, placing our patients and our students at the heart of everything that we do. Unity has never been more on display than in this year, the year of the pandemic. Everyone in the department has pulled together to ensure our clinical, academic, and research responsibilities are still delivered in a safe, evidence-based manner. It takes a very special breed to thrive in such a pressure cooker environment. Yet, there is very little in the public literature that documents the journey of our department and the personal stories of the main players, many of whom are here today either physically or virtually. This project then began as a way to acknowledge our past, celebrate our present, and envision our future. It has been a labor of love by all those involved, and I want to thank, in particular, Prof. Vairavan Narayanan, Prof. Shireen Na, and Prof. Simi Hong for their enthusiasm and commitment to seeing this through, despite the challenging deadline given. Thank you all for making the time to join us on this journey. I hope you will enjoy it as much as we did. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor April, for the lovely speech. Next, I would like to call upon Associate Professor Shireen Na and Associate Professor Simi Hong to present the history of the department entitled A Walk Through Time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mi Hong and I are very happy to introduce this part of the website. A few of us thought it would be a nice idea to add a section on the history of our department, recognizing that what we achieve today depends very much on what was done before us. What began as a side project took on a life of its own, occupying countless weekend hours. We tracked down all previous heads of Department of Surgery, including those living in other countries. We are proud to report that we even managed to interview the 94-year-old first head of surgery with help from a UM alumnus in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, take a walk with us through time.
Video salah, bukan nyanyi. Yang satu lagi tu, yang pasal HOD. Timeline kot, ke bukan?
He had to redo the things to a montage kind of thing. So he's just rendering it. He was downstairs. He said, "Please start."
Does it have sound? Does this one have sound?
It does.
It does.
There must be a sound. Let me just find out if he's coming. Yes. 2001. Yes. And he had a bit of difficulty with the timeline as well, because a lot of them were overlapping for the middle of 1 year to the middle of another year. So we don't know whether the count is 1 year or 2 years.
There's another one.
Yeah, and it frequently was somewhere in between. It never started in January to. So he was 3 times. Prof. was twice. Who else? The rest? No, Soma was twice.
This one. Yes.
Yes.
That one.
He actually did one down from the E. He came back as a
Oh, no.
professor. And then
Yes, yes. Tu Dr. Vairavan punya.
are we doing mine first?
Yeah, do you want to just time your talk?
Yeah. Okay. Then she can.
Bos, sabar bos, sabar.
I'll sit in my seat where I'm going to say Sabar, Tunggu.
Yeah, yes, I have that.
a paragraph to explain something about the... okay, can you want to hear that now? Okay. All right. So you and C finished talking. All right. Then thank you both. That was indeed a very sentimental presentation about strings of prominent figures that have shaped numerous surgeons. Oh, inspiring. Okay. All right. Thank you both. That was indeed a very inspiring presentation about strings of prominent figures that have shaped numerous surgeons over the last 50 years in the Department of Surgery, University of Malaya. Presentation? Strings. Okay. Presentation about a string, is it? Okay. Yeah, I know. We are grateful for their contributions to the department. A simple thank you will never be enough. Each and every one of them is unique in their own way, Budding surgeons who would want to echo their achievements, just like the saying goes, a great person is one who influences the mind of the generation. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Surgery website development team, which is spearheaded by Associate Professor Vairavan Narayanan, has been working day and night tirelessly over the last few months, and even more the past few weeks, to compile interesting and informative content. Interviews, photo sessions, lists of achievements, distinct milestones, you name it, the website has it all. Allow me to call upon the man himself, Associate Professor Vairavan Narayanan, to give us a sneak peek on the Department of Surgery website.
Let's just be formal. No, let's just be simple. We don't want to do all that. Man himself.
I think it's fine, just leave it.
No, take it out. Let us just call upon the Professor Vairavan Narayanan to come and speak.
Okay. Why not? We must have consent of the person. Okay.
There's no consent.
A string replaces a succession.
Succession, lineup.
Lineup sounds like prison.
Yes, that's true. So, an array.
So the video comes on first, yes, Prof?
Yes, the
Yeah,
video can come on first.
That'll be,
I won't come up until the video is done.
yeah.
The previous one.
No.
You have to time it with the video.
Yeah, do you want to time it with the video?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Which video on? Yeah, that now, the one with the music. Yeah. Ready?
We don't wear the mask. They
We
do
do.
wear?
Yes, boss.
Right. That's okay. That's going to be a bit more difficult, but we'll manage. Thank you very much, Dr. Mashita, Professor Dr. Adiba Kamaruzaman, Professor Emeritus Dr. Yip Cheng Har, Professor Huzairie Hasnan, Professor April Camilla Roslani, esteemed professors and colleagues in person and online. Thank you for taking your time today to join us for the launching of our website. This is our very trying times, and there was some discussions about whether we should postpone or cancel this event. But Professor Adiba very kindly told us the show must go on, and there must be some positive news in between all these trying times, and we will continue with this event. And so here we are. Next. Oh, I need somebody to help me. Daniel, you know this one, right? The sequence, Fadli. Daniel is supposed to help me. Right. This project originally started 5 years ago. We wanted an easily accessible platform to share our department's clinical services, expertise, educational opportunities, and expand research collaboration. Due to various factors, the initial progress was quite slow. About 3 months ago, Professor April decided to call upon a small group of enforced volunteers, including myself, to help get this project moving again. The deadline she gave us was December 2020, which brings us to our website. Next. Next. Which brings us to our website, presenting our clinical services, expertise, educational and training opportunities, and research work done within our Department of Surgery. Next. The Department of Surgery is the second largest clinical department in the faculty. We comprise of 6 divisions: cardiothoracic, general surgery, pediatric surgery, plastic and reconstructive surgery, neurosurgery, and urological surgery. General surgery is further subdivided into 6 units: breast, colorectal, endocrine, hepatobiliary, upper GI, and vascular surgery. Besides this, we have 3 standing committees overseeing the core academic duties: undergraduate, postgraduate, and research, respectively. Unique among all clinical departments, we have an advisory council of surgeons comprising of the head of all divisions and standing committees, which meets every 2 weeks to discuss and advise the head of department on all matters related to the department. Over the past 55 years, we have developed into one of the largest, successful, and most versatile departments in the country, accomplished in clinical, educational, and research activities. It is only because we are standing on the shoulders of giants that we see so much further. My colleagues, Professor C and Professor Shireen, shared a small window into the wisdom of these great men and women who have guided us down this journey. One of the best parts of doing this project was meeting these great surgeons and recording their advice for posterity. Next. Consistent with our aim to share our clinical expertise, each unit within the Division of General Surgery, next, and each division of surgery has expanded on the wide variety of clinical services and cutting-edge work we do on our website for ease of public consumption. Next. Education and training is a core service within our department. We are actively involved in undergraduate teaching at all levels. We are also the only department to offer 3 clinical master's programs, namely the Masters of General Surgery, started in 1988, Masters of Pediatric Surgery in 2004, and our latest program, Masters of Neurosurgery, since 2019. Along with this, we offer clinical fellowships and Masters and PhD by research. Our website acknowledges all our previous alumni while providing information for potential new students. Next. An academic department is not complete without a good research arm. The Department of Surgery Research Unit runs the research training, clinical, and thesis guidance, as well as in-house surgical research lab. These activities are publicized via the website, and future activities will be as well. Consistent with the aim of expanding research collaboration, we have identified 11 surgical research niche areas with details of relevant academics, which would be able to help match appropriate partners and students to these fields. Next. All this will not be possible without a good group of support staff in the background. And we acknowledge our lab and admin staff who have helped us concentrate on our core business of medicine and teaching. Next. The aim of this website is to encourage and expand our academic pursuits within the Department of Surgery, and to acknowledge the work done by our previous and current academic staff. Prof. April asked us to complete this project in 5 months. We did it in 3. I would like to thank all my colleagues who spent many weekends and evenings after work to get us here. Thank you very much. 21 minutes? Yeah. That's too long, isn't it?
No, not you. You're about 9 minutes. You were 9 minutes.
Oh, you mean the total? So mine
So far, from the beginning.
Prof. Viravan is urology division, not
so
urological surgery.
All right, fine. I'll change that.
No, I don't think this is the latest slide then. Because I just
No, I mean, Prof mentioned just now. Yes. It was something he mentioned.
this is not the latest slide. I think Daniel has to come. I just noticed
So that's okay.
Yes,
Go on.
okay. Thank you, Associate Professor Vairavan Narayanan. Amazing compilation in one website. Feel free to surf the website to get to know us better. This website will be accessible to everyone in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen,
We are adding, I forgot to mention, we are adding one small component. We would like some of the senior HODs to say a few words. So we're going to go online and ask Professor Soma, Professor Saw has Professor Saw and Professor Al-Jafri.
you first.
Thank you.
Okay, before
And
I
then-
start calling
yes,
Prof.
yeah,
Adida.
yes.
Okay, so what
We would like a few words of wisdom from Professor Soma. That's first. Okay. And then let him say maybe he's not going to say much. He's going to say hello. Very nice to meet you. That's about it. And then now we move on to Professor Saw Hot Siong.
we would like
So before we move on to the official launch, we would like to invite some of our previous heads to come and share
Right.
some wisdom.
Yes.
before we proceed.
With the launch, we would like to invite some of our previous heads to share some words of wisdom. Previous heads.
Share.
Some words of wisdom or some advice.
Words of wisdom is not necessarily advice.
Yes, true. That's true.
Before we proceed with the launch, we would like to invite some of the previous heads to share some words of wisdom.
Hi. How are you? You're very early. We are not starting until 3. Okay, cool. Yeah. Dia kena ada some this one. Where to sit? Somewhere at the back. We are sitting social distanced, so 3 seats away. Yes. So by label, it's okay. You sit anywhere now. Later we'll tell you where.
Before we proceed with the launch, we would like to invite some of our previous heads to share some words of wisdom.
Professor Soma.
Professor Soma.
And then Professor Song, you confirm? Confirming?
We can always ask him later.
Yes, we can ask him.
He's always ready. Dr. Young, Mrs. Young said it depends on whether she will ask.
So you can tell her later.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you can tell her later. And the last would be Professor Al-Jafri. We only this. He's agreed.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes.
Do you scream when he says?
That's the only problem. But he's going to talk. He wants to talk about his contribution. So he wants to talk a little bit about.
Say something.
What's happening?
Yeah, I know they're testing whether the Zoom, the people who need to talk, whether they can talk. So they're testing that right now.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Boleh dengar ke?
He wants to talk a little bit about master's exams, which he said he contributed to the conjoined board. He was second chair of the conjoined board of trustees. From Al-Jafri.
Jap, Kak. Jap. Cakap, Kak. Cakap.
He's our senior. Irrespective of what happened.
Okay, wait. So the conjoined board.
Oh, but he says the precursor to the conjoined board. He was the second head of the precursor to the conjoined board, and he sat with the UTM and USM and worked this out. Yeah, we will comment. He's our senior. We will give him some space and some respect.
Yeah, I mean, it may be, it may be true that the conjoined was established before, but my understanding was the conjoined board proper as kind of
Okay, cakap.
Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
the first
Cakap.
Hello? Boleh dengar? Boleh
Boleh dengar.
Oh ya,
Boleh.
ada Cik Firdaus.
when I sat for
Ada, boleh dengar.
Okey, Cik Firdaus okey Buka kamera Cik Firdaus.
Pakai PC, tak ada kamera.
Oh, kesian.
So dalam audio boleh dengar?
Audience.
that formal thing, yes. Kalau ada speaker nak try, cakap dekat close room dulu.
Okey.
Mic tu apa?
So, saya nak kena berucap ke apa ni?
Berucap. Silakan.
Dengar tak?
Makan keliling.
Jangan
testing.
gol lebih,
Cuba
orang
tak
ramai kat
sampai
sini.
ya?
Orang tengah ramai ni.
Dengar.
Dengar. Testing.
Testing. Apa?
Okey, kita rehearsal di TJ dan Raj bersama dengan
Siapa?
Jabatan Sejeri.
Bagian ni tak.
Okey, dengar.
Dengar.
Dengar Suara aku tak dengar? Dia jauh.
Apa?
Kak, bagi link dekat dia, nanti suruh dia masuk link testing. Kita tak pakai link.
Ya. Hello.
Dah boleh balik Cik Firdaus.
Boleh balik? Boleh, bos. Okey ke tak ni?
Okey. Satu dewan dengar ni.
Ya, okey, bye.
Jangan keluar ajak Sekejap. Jangan keluar lagi.
Continue, Prof.
Should we continue your timeline? Is the timeline put up ready? Okay, you can use that. If you can put that up, we can do the timeline. Then just for now, I'll be up there later. Yes, okay.
Hanya pergi lagi apa?
Saya lagi sanggup duduk berdiri kat atas tu tunggu dia orang habis, duduk diam-diam daripada saya turun naik. Saya nak duduk atas je lah, tak keluar lah. Di kamera akan, dia orang akan zoom ke sana. Banyak apa gaya saya nak naik 10 kali kot. Turun naik. Kalau aku jatuh sungguh kat sini tak ada pasal. Tak boleh, tadi dia orang zoom kamera tu nampak macam tak cantik angle dia sebab tu dia punya level tu untuk atas stage. Duduk je lah atas tu. Pada aku jatuh tu boleh tu. Sudah angle tu dah cantik lah. Apalah saya, biarlah saya duduk sini berdiri daripada saya, kalau betul daripada saya turun betul. Saya tak nak turun bawah. Tengah aku dah mengah je naik atas tu, naik dah gemuk ke, dah pakai mask lagi. Tak, turun naik kan sungguh kat sini kan. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Turun naik sungguh. Duduk situ. Thank you. Loceng tak ya? Air 1 jap, 2-3 jap ke atas tak ya? Kek apa semua kan? Nasi goreng. Pak palas rendang tu.
Dr. Yong Yin Kyung. Dr. Yong was the founding head of surgery at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. Dr. Yong received the title of Foundation Professor of Surgery
Tolong perlahankan volume video, kuat sangat. Terima kasih.
Try to on camera. Oh. Doktor cakap dengan dia. On.
Okay.
Darshika, can you hear us? Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's great. So Prof. Soma is going to be sitting there in the place where you are. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, is Prof. Soma going to be sitting in that place where you are sitting?
No, he'll be in a different area.
But you're going to put on the same link, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. We can hear you very well. We can actually see you very well as well.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Okay.
All right then. So Gauri will call you. Do we need to call? He's going to be online already, right? So we don't need to call him and let him know. So I will call upon you to ask. I'll call upon Prof. Soma to say a few words. Probably just a few things. Hello and what? About a minute or so. Is that all right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you again at 3 o'clock. We just want to test run this.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Darshika.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. That sounds quite okay.
Yeah.
It's quite clear. Yes. So we can have him on. That's good. Now we need to. Do you want to check with NTU whether we want to? I mean, if they agree that.
Yeah, I think when they log in later, because when I texted earlier, Mr. Young said she would have time.
Yes, we can always check with them if they want to say. Same thing with Al-Jabri, I told him 2:45. So, right. Can we go back to the? Are you ready? Done? Yes. Go to the timeline. I'll just start.
Dr. Yong Yin Kyung. Dr. Yong was the founding head of surgery at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya. Dr. Yong received the title of Foundation Professor of Surgery when he accepted the invitation to move from his home in Singapore to Kuala Lumpur in 1965 to join the inaugural clinical academic staff. Skilled in the techniques of open heart surgery and in the science of perfusiology, to the extent of even being able to operate a cardiopulmonary bypass machine by himself, Dr. Yong saw the birth of cardiac surgery in this country. He trained a cardiac surgical team, and his team performed the first open heart operation in Malaya in late 1969. Legends abound of Dr. Yong's dedication to patient care, including sleeping nights on end in the inpatient ward in order to respond as quickly as possible to early signs of deterioration. Dr. Yong also had the unusual foresight to start an on-site animal laboratory in the Department of Surgery, thus paving the way for a culture of basic science research in surgeons from this faculty to this day. Dr. Yong returned to Singapore in 1976 to an illustrious career in private practice also teaching at the National University of Singapore until his retirement. He continues to live in Singapore with his wife Melina. Professor Datuk Dr. K. Somasundram. Originally from Sri Lanka and fresh from pediatric surgical training in Liverpool, Professor Soma heeded the call to join the pioneer group of surgeons in our faculty. Little did he know that the roots he put down would keep him in Malaysia for over 40 years. Professor Soma's career took a rapid upward trajectory peppered with firsts. He was promoted to head of surgery, then dean of the Faculty of Medicine. As the first fully trained pediatric surgeon in Malaysia, he started the transformation of care for neonates and children requiring surgery and published groundbreaking animal laboratory research on congenital diaphragmatic hernia. Together with plastic and reconstructive surgeon Dr. K.S. Wong, Professor Soma performed the first ever successful separation of conjoint twins in the region. The pre-operative preparation was so intense that Dr. Soma requested to be relieved of his duties as dean to allow him to concentrate fully on this all-consuming task, a testament indeed to his concern for the welfare of his patients. Professor Soma remains fondly remembered by his contemporaries and trainees as a generous mentor, a surgeon of incredible technical skill, and a true role model.
Associate Professor Dr. T started his career in academic surgery in 1971 at the University of Malaya. He was promoted to Associate Professor in 1976 and Head of Department in 1978. Associate Professor Dr. So Huat Seong graduated in the first undergrad batch of Faculty of Medicine of the University of Malaya and enjoys the distinction of being the first head of surgery to be a product of the university. Dr. So remembered those student days as filled with luminaries who were his teacher and mentor, including Professor Tijin Danaraj. Among the achievements that Dr. So is proud of during his tenure as head of surgery was the open discussion of morbidities and mortalities, which is a practice he observed during cardiac surgical training in New York University. After leaving the university, Dr. So moved to Singapore, where he continued to practice cardiothoracic surgery in a private hospital. He maintains an active lifestyle and was tracked and photographed in countries like Australia, New Zealand, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Nepal, Thailand, China, and Vietnam.
Datuk Dr. Syed Muhammad Nori. Born into a large family of 8 siblings in Perlis, Associate Professor Datuk Syed's path to a surgical career was an atypical one. He graduated from medical school in East Pakistan, where he met his lovely wife, Dr. Farida Jamal, known to many as the former Professor of Medical Microbiology, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. He returned to complete general surgery training in Hospital Kuala Lumpur, but left for general practice before joining the Department of Surgery at the University of Malaya. Datuk Syed Nori's gentle and unassuming demeanour belies a character of steel that saw a period of rapid growth in both the Faculty of Medicine and in University Hospital, as the University of Malaya Medical Centre was then known. As head of surgery, he was the first in the university to perform a laparoscopic cholecystectomy and was among the early surgeon adopters of gastrointestinal endoscopy. As Deputy Director of University Hospital, he supervised the design and development of Menara Timur, incorporating laboratories and office spaces into a plan that originally focused only on clinical patient areas. Datuk Syed Nori's voice is valued by many as one of reason, wisdom, and experience. He has served and continues to serve as advisor on professional boards and committees while maintaining his private general surgical practice in Kuala Lumpur.
Professor Datuk Dr. Al-Jafri Abdul Majid was a graduate of Monash University in Melbourne and the son of a renowned Malaysian, Tan Sri Dr. Abdul Majid, a pioneering Malaysia orthopedic surgeon and the second Director General of the Ministry of Health. Prof. Al-Jafri carried his illustrious lineage forward, becoming a cardiothoracic surgeon, subsequently taking up stints as the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and later the head of Department of Surgery between 1993 to 2000. Prof. Al-Jafri expanded the cardiothoracic service in the faculty and contributed to the development of surgical education. He organized and participated as an examiner in numerous FRCS and MRCS examinations in Malaysia. He was awarded the Sir Perhim Aziz Gold Medal by the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh in 2003. He has written numerous research articles, including a description of the development of the mini thoracotomy for patent ductus arteriosus closure, and edited many surgical textbooks in the last 20 years, namely Principle of Surgical Practice, Fundamental of Surgical Practice, Advanced Surgical Practice, and Fundamental of Orthopedic and Traumatology. Professor Emeritus Datuk Dr. Yip Ching Ha was born in Kampar Perak, the second daughter of a school teacher father and a homemaker mother. She was truly a pioneer in the field of surgery. A graduate of our university, she was the first in her family to become a doctor, the first female surgeon trained in University Hospital Kuala Lumpur, the first female lecturer in Department of Surgery. Then, she was the first female head of surgery. As head of surgery, she oversaw the expansion of other surgical specialties such as neurosurgery and plastic surgery, as well as general surgery subspecialties such as colorectal and vascular surgery. Her personal interest in breast surgery led to an explosion of clinical and research in the field, where our center continues to lead both regionally and internationally. Her networking skill paved the way for the first National Conjoint Board exam in general surgery and to multiple international research collaboration. Prof. Yip maintains active involvement in cancer awareness and prevention, journal editorials, research, and clinical practice. She is the recipient of a multitude of honors and awards and was the first Malaysian ever in history to receive an honorary fellowship from the American College of Surgeons.
Professor Dr. Azad Hassan Abdul Razak. Professor Azad graduated from University of Malaya in 1986 and moved quickly through the surgical ranks, passing the FRCS Edinburgh examinations in 1991 and earning a scholarship from Petronas in 1993 to pursue higher surgical training in urology, which took him to London, UK and Mansoura, Egypt. He returned to the university in 1996 and thus began his long career in the education and training of surgeons, while expanding clinical services in urology and spearheading basic science and clinical research. In his tenures as head of surgery, Professor Azad's goal was to bridge the gap between scientists and clinicians, particularly surgeons. In those days, few surgeons had personal experience of basic science research, and many could not see its practical applications in the tactile world of surgery. Professor Azad had the vision to bring on non-surgeons as staff in the Department of Surgery, such as medical laboratory technicians, research assistants, and scientists, and was possibly the first in the country to do so. He collaborated with academic staff from preclinical and paraclinical departments to further build research capacity. Prof. Azad remains a beloved honorary member of the department and returns regularly to assist with the renal transplant service. The culture of teamwork and collaboration that he nurtured carries on in the urology unit and in the department.
Dr. Alizan bin Abdul Khalil. Professor Dr. Alizan is passionate about math, science and arts. His childhood dream was to be a computer engineer, but that dream quickly evaporated when he saw how many of his overseas educated cousins could not secure jobs as engineers on their return home. Not many know that he holds a diploma in computer engineering in addition to his medical qualifications. Professor Alizan took over as head of surgery in 2012. Identifying area of continued improvement, he focused on standardization and accreditation for the general surgery component in the undergraduate University Malaya medical program. His passion for education was reflected in his implementation of a train-the-trainer program for clinical examiners. As the first PhD holder in the Department of Surgery, Professor Alizan used his doctorate experience to coordinate the development of the surgical lab together with Professor Yip Cheng Ha.
Professor Dr. Vigneswaran Mathaneswaran, one of the foremost neurosurgeons in the country, specializing in skull-base, pituitary and endoscopic brain surgery, Prof. Vicky, as he is known, was also a University Malaya graduate and completed his neurosurgery training in Cambridge before returning as academic staff in 2001. Starting out as a one-man neurosurgery team with no designated neurosurgical wards and having access to only shared equipment, the neurosurgical division is now the most advanced in Malaysia, boasting state-of-the-art operative suites and multiple subspecialties. Describing the last 20 years as a roller coaster ride, Prof. Vicky regrets not a minute of it. When he took on the mantle of head of surgery in 2015, Prof. Vicky made radical changes to how the department was run, instituting a council of surgeons comprising all the surgical subspecialty division heads as part of an advisory council within the department. I wanted all the divisions to develop in tandem and have a voice in the direction of the department. This way, everyone has a chance to be heard and contribute to the development of the department. He also created an undergraduate committee to run the new UMMP medical program within the department, a postgraduate committee to do the same for the surgical postgraduate programs, and a research committee to encourage and foster a sustainable research environment within the department. Prof. Vicky continues to indulge his love of design and device development in the innovation of new tools and devices for general neurosurgery, base of skull surgery, and minimally invasive neurosurgical endoscopy. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening and viewing this. Archived videos of our interviews will be available online on our YouTube channel as well.
Thank you both. That was indeed a very inspiring presentation about the succession of prominent figures who shaped numerous surgeons over the last 50 years in the Department of Surgery, University of Malaya. We are very grateful for their contributions to the department. A simple thank you will never be enough. Each and every one of them is unique in their own way. Budding surgeons would want to echo their achievements, just like the saying goes, a great person is one who influences the mind of their generation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Surgery website development team, which is spearheaded by Associate Professor Huzairie Narayanan, has been working day and night tirelessly over the last few months and even more the past few weeks to compile interesting and informative content. Interviews, photo sessions, lists of achievements, distinct milestones, you name it, the website has it all. Allow me to call upon Associate Professor Huzairie Narayanan to give us a sneak peek of the Department of Surgery website.
I'll change later. Okay, change it later. Neurosurgery, cardiothoracic plastic. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, education training. It's fine. Okay. Research. Wait, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I want the whole thing to be seen properly. Correct. Lab and
Same for staff.
staff. Yeah, again, no S. Thank you.
Then, oh, this one.
Yes. So these just hold on. Let me. So these are the main people who would involve, but this does not include the website coordinators.
Endocrine cell, endocrine
As
cell.
well as lab and staff.
Then you, endocrine cell.
Yeah.
Sorry, because I can't read out all
Yeah,
the
no.
names, so I'm just gonna mention a few people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else will also order this. The list is here. I think I tried to put down everybody's names all, but I'm not going to read out any of this. Just let it flow. Okay. Just change the two. It's fine. Staff. Topics. And I think here the academic is not correct.
No, the one that we didn't re-edit, that's why.
That's okay. So there's only the slides that we can change. So montage.
Yeah.
Montage can remove. We are looking at it again and again, so it's okay. Just the slide for the staff, just change that to staff and staffs.
It's not actually like that on the website. No, it's not. It's actually that because
Okay, so you want to go the last bit?
Yes, Thank you, Associate Professor Vairava Narayanan. Amazing compilation in one website. Feel free to surf the website to get to know us better. This website will be accessible to everyone in just a few moments. Before we proceed with the launch, we would like to invite some of the previous heads to share some words of wisdom.
Yeah, oh yes,
Bos,
I would like to invite Professor Soma.
bos tak turun kan, so saya tak payah.
So I'll be here. Yeah, I'll be here. We would like to invite Professor Soma to say a few words. Then we would like to invite you, Shireen will tell me whether N.K. Yong and Saw Hot Seong and Professor Al-Jafri. Do we want Prof. Yip? But she's here in person, so we don't really need her, right? To say anything?
Dr. Saw says yes.
Okay. So Prof. Saw, definitely. Professor Datuk Dr. Saw Hot Seong. Professor N.K. Yong. What about Prof. Yip? No, I don't think so as well. Yeah. Yes, I agree. So I think we just leave it with this 3 or 4 people. So the only one we haven't confirmed yet is N.K. Yong. All right? Okay. And finally, Professor Al-Jafri Abdul Majid. Thank you very much, Prof. Al-Jafri. We will be doing a full interview and putting it up in our website for people who are interested to hear more from all these illustrious illuminaries. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Associate Professor Vairavan. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have been waiting for, I would like to call upon the Honorable Professor Dr. Adiba Kamarul Zaman, Dean at Faculty of Medicine, University of Malaya on stage to officially launch the website.
Yeah, then she goes up, she says a few words, and we would like to launch her website. Okay? Done.
Thank you, Professor Datuk Dr. Adiba Kamarul Zaman, for your earnest words. With these, we have reached the end of the ceremony. On behalf of the Department of Surgery, I would like to apologize if there had been any weaknesses from our side in organizing this event. Okay. Shortcoming. Okay.
I usually don't like apologizing.
Is it necessary?
I think we shouldn't apologize just for the sake of being.
Yeah, right.
I know it's
almost like a protocol thing.
Because this is from Professor April's the results speech for the inaugural lecture. Kalau tak perlu, saya script off je lah. Tak payah, bos. Okay. I would like to apologize if there had been any shortcomings from our side in organizing this event. Refreshments are available for all at the reception counter.
Sorry, just one more. Before you finish, please do not forget to visit us at our website, umsurgery.my. Right? At some point we have to say, we haven't actually said that at all. No? In fact, we have to, the last one should just be our website name.
But why don't you say before you get down after you interview the Mr. Soma so and so on?
No, I mean, I'm saying you're asking your thank you.
You want
before you finish. Yeah. Please do not forget.
You do show the link in your talk. Remember that's the montage. So
Can we have one last slide before everybody, I mean, when after Prof. Adiba has spoken, or while Prof. Adiba is speaking, something which says umsurgery.my,
just the slide.
just one slide while she's talking, because that's our link. And I think everybody should know the link. There's no point launching it if people don't know the link. So one more slide, just the last one, and Prof. Adiba goes up to speak, we can really put it up there. Do we want to put all the subspecialty links? Not really, right?
No, just the main. That's the main.
I think
link.
mainly, just
Because they link
umsurgery.my.
anyway.
It's easy to remember, umsurgery.my.
Sorry. So Prof. Adiba gives us speech and what you can actually do to launch it.
She just speaks only. We were originally going to cut the cake, we don't. So I've told her, her speech is the launch itself. Do you want to have anything else?
Well, at least so that you know. Music or
Even if it is simulated, that she presses something and then
Why don't she press something and the UM
like a click
or
and then
the website
at the end of
address keluar?
Okay. What do we want? So we want to have her click button and then surgery comes up, or even our homepage comes up. Which is better?
our page.
Our page. Actual
The
page.
actual website page. So
Can-
then this is online, no?
Yes.
So we just have the page open here.
can you ask her to key it in?
Yeah, why don't she key it? Press
Yeah,
enter and
yeah,
it comes
key
up.
it in.
So that is like
Take some time.
It's going to take time.
That's moving very fast.
It's already live. It's already So how do we do this now? Do we ask her to?
we ask her to log into
So
this.
you can type in here, yeah. So after the type, just like what you're doing right now.
Yes. Ta-da!
All right. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
Ken. So I need to stand next to her then to tell her.
Oh, no, you pass her a piece of paper with that.
with the thing, just type that looks nice. So you just,
Okay. So we do this then.
yeah.
All right. We do.
That's fine. So
Yeah. So we have to talk to her and tell her this.
when she comes, you just wait for her.
Yes, we have to tell her about this then.
Yeah. It's just,
Then
Yeah.
just let it roll up, boss.
Yeah, actually you're
Just let
right.
it
You're
roll.
right. You're right. Maybe we should just let it roll.
Just let it roll. Don't do anything then because I'm closing anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
While you're closing.
With this, we have reached the end of the ceremony. Please do not forget to log in to our website. The address is do we want?
Surgery.my.
The address is umsurgery.my.
It's very easy to remember. Surgery.my.
On behalf of the Department of Surgery, I would like to apologize if there had been any shortcomings from our side in organizing this event. Refreshments are available for all at the reception counter. Kindly please help yourself on your way out from the auditorium.
I just told her.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you and have a pleasant day ahead. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening.
Right? We ask her to go to Google and type it here.
just type on the top, like exactly what we did. So yeah.
Clear the history.
Medley lagu rock tu keluar.
Yeah, clear.
Can put on the shortcut there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll bookmark it. Okay. Boleh.
Pause.
No, but
Lepas.
she's gonna type it, right? We want to see her typing it.
want-
No, we want to see her type it. Don't bookmark it. That's part of the.
That's part
Part
of
of
the
the launching is that she types it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Kalau kita bookmark, maybe it might be
bookmark
better.
it will come in a little clip. I mean, it's okay.
No, her typing it will look nicer.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Don't bookmark it.
So it is live. It happens as it is one, and the Google is actually going to search and show us the page immediately.
Yes, so it shows how fast it will be if you were to search for it.
Okay. We won't bookmark it.
No,
We'll just have to tell her to do this.
Yeah. You just have to.
like what you say, it's very short, boss. It should be okay.
Yeah. It's good. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, kalau ikut dekat sini dia kata lepas saya cakap Assalamualaikum and good evening and live video feed. So do I need to signal anyone or is automatic you all akan off?
Yeah. At that point.
So signal apa korang nak bagi ni? Saya nak memandang ke atas. Okay, alright. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you and have a pleasant day ahead. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening. Lepas tu baru tutup. Yeah, alright. Okay. Lepas saya bagi salam dengan cakap good evening, boleh off lah.
What are we going to do?
Lepas good evening baru off. Yelah, ayat perkataan saya yang terakhir tu evening. Okay, alright.
Okay.
And then
now,
before they could stand up, because the moment he off, I would just say to all that are present, before we adjourn, kindly please allocate a few minutes for a group photo and cake cutting ceremony. Thank you. Kindly please gather for the group photo at the designated chairs. Okay, center portion. And then allow me to invite Professor Datuk Dr. Adiba Kamaruzzaman and Professor April Kamila Roslani to the front for the cake cutting ceremony. Sliced cake will be available for all at the reception counter. Please help some.
yes, okay, fine.
SOP.
All right,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Alright.
Done.
So nanti audience no clapping apa semua kan?
Tak ada. No
Okay.
clapping. No, we are not clapping.
Yeah, I saw that. Very nice. Big and the print on it looks very nice. I saw it.
Have you seen the banner outside as well?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Nanti bila kek nak muncul?
Kek tu selepas habis dia akan siapa bawa kek? Maksudnya? Syafiq seorang. Tak saya dengan dia.
No,
Tapi dia kat bawah Syafiq. Nanti kau jangan jatuh.
yeah, they should come up with that.
Selepas habis semua sahaja. Bukan letak pada bawah tak? Tak, jangan letak sini. Kalau nak, bila Prof Adiba dah launch, dia orang boleh bawa sini.
Tak. Meja tu nak letak situ ke meja letak kemudian tak boleh? Masa korang ambil gambar, kain tu kan lebar je ke? Kau ada tak? Tak lebar kan? Tak lebar je kan?
I think the
Tak,
table
nanti
can
orang
stay
tanya
there,
kenapa
but
ada
don't leave any of this stuff here.
Nampak
The
tak?
cake should only come later. Yeah.
Is this table visible throughout the
Tak,
whole
tak,
live
tak.
streaming? That's my question.
Dia nak streaming kita dekat orang cakap je. So it's okay.
Then okay lah. Tak malam.
Tak nak nampak. So bila dia dah start thanking, bawa cake tu masuk dalam. Evening ni dia masuk.
Evening je masuk lah.